Gemini 10, an aeroplane falling. This is one of the most dramatic of all the Sabian symbols. It's an aeroplane falling out of the sky. It is on fire, perhaps, and the certainty is that the aeroplane is going to crash. It's a very harsh image. And if this is an image which is in your horoscope, if it's relevant to you, then you have this to deal with in life. What does it mean? It means that sometimes we take a tumble, sometimes we take a fall, our dreams collapse. This happens quite often, actually. Our life is challenged to the point where we cannot continue it anymore, and or our plans come to nothing. We very often experience this sense of failure in life. And there's two approaches to this. In the Hindu way of thinking, failure and success are considered the same thing. In other words, they're focusing on the fact that both failure and success are endings. So following either, we have to begin again. So in one sense, if you have a catastrophic event in your life, somebody dies, or you lose a job, or you lose your money, or something goes wrong, that's terrible in the moment, really upsetting emotionally in the moment. And one would hope that some friend will give you some tea and sympathy. But one would also hope that some teacher would explain to you that that's not a permanent solution. That's a temporary measure in order for you to regroup. And the job in hand is to get on with your life, to rebuild it, to find the necessary oomph to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and get on with it. And I think that's what we're shown here, is that if you can find that oomph, that passion for life, then you can deal with anything. If the airplane's falling out of the sky, you jump out with your parachute or whatever. You know, there's the teaching in this is that as long as you're passionate and you're certain that you can find an answer, then whatever the emergency, whatever the bad news that you have to deal with, you've got what it takes to pull it around. You can deal with catastrophe, and you can deal with tremendous disappointment and even grief without allowing that to take the wind out of your sails completely. The suggestion is, though, that passion is the magic that allows for this. And passion is a very interesting energy. When not controlled, when there's no self-discipline, passion becomes destructive, typically. You break things. You cannot expect passion to actually create any other result than an explosion of energy. But if you discipline it, if you have a sense of self-control, then passion can become an extraordinarily powerful energy by which anything can be achieved. Those at the top of their game are passionate people. Whatever the game is, these people allow their emotional nature to inform their way with anything. And it looks as though they're very calm and controlled in their emotions, but that's only the appearance. The emotions are there, and the emotions themselves are allowed, but they're not allowed out. In other words, for example, let's say somebody really does something and makes you angry. You can feel the anger, but let them not know that you're angry. If you're absolutely ambitious to be a sportsman, you know, and inside your love of the game is beyond anything else in your life, it's wonderful. But as soon as that game starts, that passion has to be held in check for the moment when a passionate need arises, and then it comes out and does the necessary, and then you put it back in its box. So passion is like a volcanic fire, and it needs to be held in a furnace, in a fireplace. It needs to be controlled. And then it is tremendous to have it available. The aeroplane falling out of the sky is a test of whether or not you can deal with excessively dangerous emergencies fully, properly. If you can survive them, then you feel an awesome sense of indestructibility afterwards.